What is up, everybody? The Clash of the Coliseum gets moved to avoid weather, and NASCAR's Full Throttle star Denny Hamlin wins what could be the last race at the Coliseum. We are here for the speed. Glad you guys could join us. I am DJ, and I am joined by...
What's up? I'm Jakey Hamlin.
Perfect.
And I am Nate, and I'm with...
Yo, what's up? Back-to-back Fantasy League champion, Matthew.
Executive producer. It doesn't get better. It doesn't get better hearing you constantly talk about that.
Bro, I got a whole year. Don't worry about it.
All year. Dude, we're going to hear about it for the rest of our lives. He's never going to stop. Like, back in my day, I made it 2 times in a row.
You just wait until it's 3-time.
Yeah, okay.
I'm the 2-time champion.
I'm 2-time. Okay, whatever. Whatever you say, bro. Whatever.
Honestly, I think
say.
It's just the luck of a Ford winning. Because if it was a Chevy, I would lose. Because I picked Ford twice.
You ever watch Dr. Disrespect, like on YouTube?
No.
He's always like, I'm the 2-time 1998, 1999 Blockbuster Gaming Champion. That's going to be Matt for the rest of his life.
I wonder if that was actually like a thing. I mean,
probably.
It was? Okay, yeah. I didn't know Blockbuster was around with gaming like that. All right, so we obviously watched the Clash yesterday. So we are here now recording our podcast about it. What did you guys think of the race, Matt? What did you think overall?
It was a straight up cluster F.
Well, isn't it always?
No. The driving was fair. I thought everyone was fairly respectful on the track, to a degree.
Till the last 20 laps.
To a degree.
Yeah.
But I think everything that NASCAR had to manage was in flames.
It was kind of crazy.
It made no sense. They were going to do the heats, and then 2 hours before, they got rid of the heats. There was no last chance qualifier. I'm glad they did practice, and they did a qualifying, but, I mean, half the stuff they were talking about didn't happen. There was no performance halfway through, which I'm fine with, like, whatever, but it was still silly that you still had to take a 25-minute break for no reason. Like, can't we just continue the race?
Supposed to be here, but
I mean, if he's not there, the whole band sitting there like ready to go.
I know they had all the whole thing was lit up, like ready to go,
and attendance was gone. I mean,
I wasn't that disappointed in the attendance.
You're kidding me?
No, come on,
you're kidding, right?
No, I mean, for what it was, last minute switch. Like if that was the attendance for the heats and the last chance qualify, or I think the last chance was on Sunday.
I see.
Jake, you would have you would have found a way there if it was here in Florida, right?
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, in all fairness, I think if that was the crowd for the heats and practice, I don't think we would have been disappointed. And knowing that it changed last minute,
I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, there was like a 3-hour heads up.
I was gonna say I didn't know until about 4 o'clock our time that it even got moved.
If you were flying out to LA,
if you weren't on the X, you didn't know.
Let's say you were flying out to the race. You had this was going to be your trip, all this kind of stuff. You're going to be there both days.
And
I think
you're going to be there. I think that's who we saw.
No,
I think
50% of the people in the stands were the car chiefs and their crews.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, the fans that were there, I think, are those hardcore fans that flew in and we're going to go no matter what. I think a large draw. Or a large part of that crowd is.
I don't think I saw over 5,000 people there.
People that are there.
I mean,
in LA,
5,000 people. I'd argue that was about it.
That's about what it was.
But
again, if that was
a marquee event.
Yeah, but if you already got plans for Saturday, you know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, Nate, what'd you think? What'd you think of the race?
I think, overall, it's just a taste. It's like it's like what Matt.
A little flavor. Welcome to Flavor Town.
Spicy.
Matt had said something after the race, and it made a bunch of sense. It's like whether or not it was a good race in terms of driving and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's a good race regardless. We're back. NASCAR is back, man. Like, you're going to be excited no matter what.
Maybe I am being a little bit too nitpicky on it. I mean, NASCAR is back. I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, that is true. And I do think that, at first, I was kind of thinking, because, I don't know, I wasn't that keen on the whole idea of Baby Gibbs ended up winning that race. So then we started having these cautions at the end, and it's like, all right, here we go.
You guys were watching. I was doing like a little rain dance in the back corner.
Is that what it was?
We got to
Why don't you do that for Brad?
The season.
No, I'm not going to tell him to wreck.
No. Oh, okay. You're doing the rain dance for wrecking. Gotcha. Sorry. Wrong rain dance. Okay. Well,
I don't care who wins. I just want Baby Gibbs to lose.
Perfect.
What I missed?
No. Not much. So did you kind of said your thoughts on the race? Do you guys think though that this should continue, or do you think they need to make a change?
So I mean, they're talking about. It came out. There was a report this week that NASCAR has talked to like 12 other venues. It's leaning like it might go to Mexico maybe. And I'm kind of over the stadium thing. You know, I'm ready to do something different.
I don't mind the stadium thing, because I think that's kind of cool. It's a little bit. Let's be honest, for what they're trying to achieve with the Clash, I think right now, the door banging, the tight racing and stuff. I think that's what they're trying to sell.
I do think this was a pretty good race.
I think it was.
In my opinion, this was the best racing that we've seen in the Clash so far.
Yeah, because normally it's bumper
overall
cars.
thing. I mean, obviously attendance was a problem, and no pre-race concert or mid-race concert. So I mean, that's kind of a bummer, obviously. So the whole I'm trying to think of the word, but what everything that Chicago was meant to be.
Yeah.
Totally ruined by rain. And now we have the same thing. Yeah.
Like they do these two events. Like obviously Chicago just is. I mean, it's as awesome as that event still was. Think of all the stuff that was going to be there and was supposed
and
to
the
happen,
music festival and
everything.
all that. So
But
you lost you lost what this whole thing was supposed to be.
It's almost
and all
like
you had was hardcore race fans there.
It's
I
almost
doubt
like
you had that many
NASCAR is
non-hardcore
kind
race
of given
fans.
up on it. Is what it kind of felt like.
I didn't see anything on social media about pre-race stuff, midway stuff. I didn't see anything.
Not
Nobody
much.
was
You had to look.
posting.
You had to look pretty hard.
I mean, but
Well, it
you
started
have
off
this-
on the wrong foot with them not opening Saturday in the first place.
Yeah, that
For the
was
heats. I mean, that was definitely
yet again
starting.
dumb.
But I mean, good for NASCAR for making it free and all that.
right.
But that was 2 weeks prior. So I mean, if you didn't have plans to be there Saturday, 2 weeks out, unless you're a hardcore fan, you're probably not changing that.
Why are we racing somewhere where there's not hardcore fans filling out a venue?
Well, actually, Southern California is one of the largest groups of race fans in the country, but it's only because the population is so
I was
big.
gonna
But
say
there
the
is
density.
some of the best TV numbers are from the southeastern United States, mainly your North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia.
That makes sense.
That's really high, and then so is California. California actually has a really high TV attendance numbers. That's
is
why
on
all the
them, though.
races get pushed back
This is on them.
to
They
2 or
should have
3
showed
p.m.
up.
Yeah.
I give you that, bro.
You don't show up, you're gonna lose
California
your-
has
you're
not
gonna-
showed up.
You don't show
for
up,
as
you're
big as
going to
that-
lose your race.
As
you
big
know?
as that TV audience is there, for them not to show up is a major letdown.
Yeah. And especially with them having 2 series. I mean, they've never done 2 series before. You had the Mexico NASCAR and you had the Cup cars. I mean, how you're going to have a doubleheader race and people aren't going to show up? Come on.
I think this
Come
whole
on.
thing, the weather and just the way everything transpired. Now, I will give absolute props to NASCAR. I think they made all the right decisions. They did everything the best they could because it rained all day today, so there's no way we're racing tonight. I mean, it's still raining right now in LA, heavy rain. And then forecast tomorrow looks like 100% chance of rain. I haven't looked today, but that's what it looked like yesterday.
Yeah.
There was 100% chance of rain all day Tuesday, and then half of Wednesday was 90% chance of rain. So, I
This
mean,
is
we
an
weren't
ideal
racing best
track
case
for
till Wednesday
rain.
night.
This is a perfect track for rain.
So a thing I heard was there is actually, because the track is temporary, there's some real concerns that the track may not have been able to handle the 10 inches of rain they were supposed to get over 3 days.
No, that sounds like fun.
Listen. All right.
Raise the right height.
Yeah, raise the right height.
Hold on. Bring the dirt.
30
bring the dirt
30
cars
turns
back.
to the left. All
Bring
A
the
right.
couple
dirt-
rounds in each spring.
Yep.
Let's go.
We'll be all right. So we,
I do think it's all they could do.
yeah, I think considering what they had to work with, yes, this was the best scenario because otherwise they're pushing it back. The drivers probably are annoyed they have to go all the way to LA anyway. So
Yeah.
they're, and I get it.
One thing I'm disappointed on, NASCAR had the TV time slot from 6 to probably 10 o'clock
Yeah.
on FS1 for practice and the heats, but everything still felt completely rushed and out of control. So it's almost
With
like
major breaks.
you need to have contingency plans
Yeah.
in place and be prepared. You could tell this was the warm up last night for the heats and the qualifier. That was all the warm up for Sunday's main event. You
Yep.
could tell that nobody had reps. No national anthem on TV, which doesn't make any sense to me when you have, that TV window already blocked out. Why? It just seemed like it could have been better. I'm not
Yeah,
sure
I don't know.
why the ball was dropped there, but that kind of to me added to the whole.
And the
chaos of the whole
some of the
thing.
weirdest thing too, the whole Machine Gun Kelly thing with him, the halftime show or whatever you want to call it.
Even worse was they played the promo at the beginning where he's like, Kid Rock couldn't make it, so now I'm here, and like this whole thing. And it was kind of fun, like if he was there.
Yeah.
But then they're like, we're like 5 minutes into the break, and they're like, yeah, he's not coming. Like, what?
Yeah,
Why,
I was like,
why are we
Maybe
still having
don't
a break?
play that promo. Like,
yeah. Why'd we stop? Like, can we just like have like a 2-minute pit stop and then just all right,
Oh.
let's rack them back up again. Let's go.
The promos were funny because they were having obviously the promos for the Daytona 500 and the Clash, and they're like, Clash tomorrow, Sunday at 8. Daytona.
still was in
you
there.
know, what is it, the 20th this year or something like that?
Something, yeah.
And it's like, well, that's wrong.
yeah, there was.
I mean, I know you can't really get rid of that, but that was funny.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
mean,
think we are
like you
just
said,
wasting our time. In all honesty, I think NASCAR is wasting their time doing it. It is expensive. The crowd's not showing up.
even last
What-
year it
okay.
wasn't great.
So they had ticket sales for what was the ticket sales? 40%?
I thought I heard
don't
that they were letting people in for free
there was-
today
there was
to
a
try
lot-
to get people in.
there was a lot more
So-
I don't know for
areas
sure.
that you could tell that were blocked out
Yes.
for no fan access.
Yeah. So
I felt like there was more advertising around the bottom bowl than before.
I feel like
I
it.
think somebody pointed out that where they had sat like in the concrete area, like that was all gone for
Yeah.
the whole show
Mhm.
part of it. So I feel like it was gonna be probably less than last year. But you know the TV numbers for this race were really good, and TV numbers drive the sport. The TV
Yeah.
dollars drive NASCAR.
was it good? I haven't seen the TV numbers for the Clash.
I haven't seen it yet either.
I know one of my
typically
buddies.
it comes out on Monday,
my,
but they race.
My buddy, he texted me. He's like, "Man, just sat down 4 o'clock, ready to watch the Clash. Nobody told me it was moved to yesterday." I'm like,
That's a
"Well,
bummer.
I'm sorry."
At least
bud."
they had it replaying quite a bit today
Yeah.
through FS1.
Yeah, that's
so
at
at least
least
you
nice,
have that. But
It's
I mean,
not the
YouTube
same.
too.
Or it's not the same, or if it, like let's say you had to work on Saturday or something like that, and you get off
Yeah.
work, you check like social media, and you're like, oh, okay, Hamlin won. Oh wow, all right, well,
Didn't know the race was
Didn't
today.
know the race was today. This sucks.
I still think all things considered, like I think NASCAR made the right call.
Yeah.
You're gonna get better attendance last night, and then you're also gonna get better attendance TV wise,
On
better
Saturday.
viewership on Saturday
Than midweek.
than Wednesday at 1:00.
Yeah,
You know, because
Nate-
it would have come down to they couldn't. If they raced on Wednesday, it would have been as soon as the track was ready. It's not. They're not going to wait till prime time
no,
because they have got to get back
Yeah.
to Charlotte to start prepping for Daytona.
Nate, we've kind of been talking over you. What? Any thoughts on?
Yeah, no, like I said, I feel like it's just the Clash is just a taste of what's to come, you know? It's like,
So, do you think we should stay there?
I think, well, you guys were telling me, because, you know, for those that don't know, I'm
Here we go.
fairly new to NASCAR still.
Here we go. Thought we got that out
No,
of him.
but, you know, like from what you guys were telling me, how they used to do it at Daytona, like speed weeks, like that's something that I would like to see again. Well, you guys would like to see
in
again.
general.
Yeah,
Me in general, you know. I think
I mean
that
it's a
sounds
way
super
to
cool.
me. It's always been a great primer for the 500.
Yeah.
I
It
think
gets you in the mood for it. And
I
everything.
think there was also something that I think it was Hamlin. I heard somewhere or something he was talking about with, and he was talking. Oh, I think it was on his podcast. He was saying something about like, it used to be we'd go down to Daytona, we do the Clash, and then we would just stay down there for like a week or two. And like, yeah, he goes, we'd probably have a couple days off in the middle, and we usually go hang out with our families at the beach or whatever. But we're already there, and we just stay there. So
Yeah.
it makes more sense logistically, I think,
Yeah.
to do that, but just because they're already going to be down there in Daytona. If you can go down there early, everyone kind of gets in a groove, kind of gets in their bearings and everything. I think it's an easier edge in for the drivers, the teams, for everybody. But I also understand why they're trying to get into that LA market. That's what it is.
I think they're just
That's
trying
what
to
it
create
comes
a
down
new thing. I think the problem with the Clash is going to be no matter where you go, they're going to want a multi-year deal.
Yep.
And I think it's going to be exciting the first year, mid the second, and then everybody will be over the third year, and then we'll do the same thing somewhere else,
Yep.
and the same thing somewhere else. I don't know, man.
Do you guys think it would be good at like Pocono?
He's
I'm
so
just,
dumb.
only
throwing it out
under
there.
one condition. We have to do the Tony Stewart rules. Go, halfway the further the race, we go one direction, we stop midway, turn around, and go the other way. Or if we do a figure eight or something like that.
I think it's still snowing at Pocono right now.
It's fine.
Is it?
They
Fine.
can figure it out.
Listen, we don't get a dirt race anymore. We're getting a snow race.
Oh my God.
Listen,
No,
Throw
I
some
mean my
snow
whole
tires
idea.
on
yeah.
it.
My whole idea behind it is we just spent, well, not me, but NASCAR, just spent money repaving North Wilkesboro. Why isn't Why aren't we just going there?
Who was it that said yesterday that they should race somewhere in the
Matt.
Charlotte area?
Matt did.
Yeah,
That-
I mean,
it
it
makes
makes
so
so
much
much more
sense.
sense.
It really
Do
does.
Charlotte. That's a great track.
Charlotte has got awesome racing.
Just do the
That would be
3-year
fun.
deals, just like you said. Do 3-year deals. You know, hey, we're gonna go here. Boom. We're gonna
Who
go
owns?
here. Boom.
Does
We're gonna go
NASCAR
here,
own
boom.
Charlotte?
They own all of them.
No,
Well,
SMI owns. So you're not going to get an
That's
SMI
the
track.
problem.
It's going to be a NASCAR track.
Yep, that's the problem.
And they don't. I mean, and if it's a NASCAR track, you basically have 2 options this time of year: Daytona and Homestead, or an LA
Homestead
style.
would be awesome, too.
Mexico.
Homestead would be actually.
I don't
Miami.
think so half the field. Or
No,
you're
you-
still going to
you-
invite the entire field.
Ah, you're right.
That's
Well,
the other thing too.
holy
How
problem.
dumb is it that you invite the entire NASCAR garage to go run 3 8-minute practice sessions, 1 heat race? If you don't make it, you drive all the way back. Like you drove all the way out to run what, 50 laps?
Yeah, if
It
that.
just seems like such a waste.
Yeah.
Like we're just not. I don't think you're seeing the return on investment that it's supposed to be. And so that's where I go back to. Let's
the
just go
teams.
back to Daytona.
They
Let's
already
go
have
old
to go there.
school. You know, let's do just pole winners from last year like it used to be, 25 laps. And you have to run super speedway cars from last year because you already built all new ones for Daytona anyways. So just run the old ones. If you wreck it,
You
yeah,
don't
it
care.
sucks, but like it's not like you're wrecking, a brand new super
That would be
speedway
interesting
car.
this year with all the new Fords and Toyotas. Just
Yeah,
from
right,
the
still
class
running
to
the
this
old
one,
body.
they got different bodies. Like, oh, that would be
It's
weird.
good content.
But yeah, no, I do. I think going back to Daytona probably would make the most sense because of like you said, if it's not going to be the full field being there, well then, like you said, like those drivers that are not going in have the option of going down early and kind of getting their bearings, or just saying, hey, I'll get there a week later.
Yeah, I
So-
think the TV numbers the last 2 years are probably going to keep NASCAR doing something similar to what we have, just because the TV numbers were pretty good,
Bowman Gray.
much better than.
I think they should go to Bowman Gray.
Hey, that would be fire,
It
bro.
would.
You would sell it out, no doubt.
100%.
No doubt, you would sell it out so it'd look great on TV. And in Bowman, I mean
There's some.
that's not a bad
I don't
idea.
know, man.
Think about all the.
It's a quarter mile, same as the Coliseum.
Yeah, but think
It's
about
at a school, isn't it?
yeah.
You can't damage anything there.
Do they race every week?
Right, but I don't think NASCAR can damage anything there.
I don't know. Have you seen how bad they drive
I
there?
watched a car go up over the fence like last year.
I don't know, man.
I think they could make it work. I think that would be
Bowman
interesting.
Gray is actually a great idea.
That'd be wild.
You're close to home.
Yep.
It's easy. If you only run 50 laps and you don't make it, it's not that big a deal. You
I
didn't
think-
drive halfway. You didn't drive all the way across the country.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah.
man.
All right. Let's move on to something. So we have like a bunch of like rapid fire kind of topics that we wanted to kind of hit. One of them, RCR, having 3 straight podiums with Kyle Busch. Everyone's just like got distracted really easily there all of a sudden. 3 straight podiums with Kyle Busch.
I mean, that's pretty awesome.
I really thought he was
well,
gonna win.
RCR is 3 straight because of Austin Dillon and Kyle Busch. And then Kyle Busch has 3 straight podiums.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, he got second last year and second this year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Kyle Busch always, I hope this year he just kind of keeps that momentum going. Because last year he started off on fire and then kind of just started to fall off. And I really hope that
I don't
Kyle
know what
Busch
that was
lights it
about.
up.
That was weird.
That was.
Second is the new last.
Second is the
All right.
first last.
All right, Ricky Bobby. So, all right, we wanted to add in here, Noah Gregson.
Terrible.
Yeah, bad.
was really
Stuart
bad.
Haas
It was
wasn't half
really, really
bad.
bad.
Yeah,
Noah
'cause
Gregson
look-
was
Look
terrible.
at Priest. Priest was killing it.
How many laps down did Noah finish? Like he was at 3 at least at one point. So
I
he had to
think
be
it was
4 or
6
5.
or 7. I think where he ended. I could be wrong.
Terrible.
Not a great. You have the tale of 2 completely different stories. Denny Hamlin comes off huge momentum starting the year. Ran great, ran aggressive, but not overly aggressive. And
Locked
you
the
have Noah
tire up in
Gragson,
every
who was
turn and still
terrible,
did it.
bro.
Oof. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I don't know. I don't know. Like I was not expecting Gregson to be
He just wasn't.
that rough.
He just wasn't ready. I think the new car and being out for half a year and everything. He's just.
Yeah, might have just kind of got his
He's-
butt
yeah,
kicked. I
it's
mean,
gonna
he
take
at
a
least he
long
qualified,
time.
made it in, beat some pretty decent names.
You know?
Jones, man, that not on our list, but Jones not making it.
Jones.
That's
Bell.
weird.
Bell.
Bell,
Bell got kicked out.
That's the one that surprised me was
Bell,
Christopher
not
Bell.
so much because they tried the scuff tire to see if it was going to be faster in
okay.
qualifying. Now,
Blaney did
To
it.
me, Blaney doing that makes perfect sense because Blaney is locked in on the championship provisional no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could literally be the slowest car. He's gonna make the clash. So like, make that gamble. But Bell, like,
Which can we
bro,
just
I don't know. That was
can
'cause
we
he
give
was
a
fast
shout?
in practice.
Can we give a shout out to Blaney too because that man started dead last and finished what, like 4th?
Oh yeah.
Something
or
like
so-
that.
something-
Yeah, top 5 for sure.
Yeah, it was
That's pretty
like
good.
crazy. I'm like, man, went
No,
through the
he was
whole
on the
field.
podium. He was third.
Was he
Was
third?
he
Yeah,
third?
he was third. He was on the
Jeez.
podium.
Oh yeah,
I think-
that's right.
We saw Denny Hamlin was probably the only one who started on the inside on a restart and actually came out on top during a restart. We saw the guy who was in third, the one right behind the leader, constantly win on those restarts.
Yep.
So I called on like the 10 laps to go. I was like, Denny Hamlin is going to win this race if there's not another yellow. And then they had another yellow. And I was like, Ryan Blaney will win this race. But then Denny Hamlin proved everybody wrong. And
Yep.
I mean,
Just yeeted it.
yeah. I mean,
I don't-
literally, like that left front tire had to be flat, bro.
Dude, that thing, he was locking it up in every single turn
Every
and
corner.
still was like somehow able to hold it together.
Yeah, it was pretty wild.
That was insane. Literally getting everything he could get.
It got really exciting towards the end. I feel like
First half
It
was
did.
kind of terrible.
yeah. I came late, so it was like cool, you know. Kind of started watching. Then towards the end already, it was like, wow, this is crazy.
Once you started having the drivers having to like get around lap traffic, totally changed the dynamic of the races.
Yes. And it's
That-
kind of cool because it happens pretty quick there.
Yeah, and that's what's nice.
So what about Fox scoring being totally wrong? And everybody thought the thing was over. Then we had to run 2 more
Bro.
laps.
That was so weird.
Bro, like, what is happening? I like how they're just like,
Mike
yeah,
Joy's
it's
just like,
wrong.
it's
and you just see him
actually
just turn the
74.
scoring pylon off.
They're like, it's actually lap 74. They got a 1-lap shootout till the 25-minute break for MGK, who's not here. So figure that one out, fans.
Mike Joy's over there like, who wrote this script? Like
Probably Kevin
It was a
Harvick.
mess.
Kevin Harvick.
So here you go. Here you go.
What do
Mike.
y'all think about Kevin Harvick in the booth?
I
Well,
loved it.
Kevin
I thought it was
Harvick
great.
is going to be good. I think he's probably still trying to get his bearings a little bit.
Yeah.
I think you give it a few more races, and him and Clint are going to be hilarious.
I thought it
His-
was.
Them two are
His
ragging on each other.
insight was
Hilarious.
awesome.
Yes. I
So
didn't know
good.
the whole brake pad thing.
I didn't know they could run different compounds on left and right. That
I
was
didn't know
awesome.
that. That was such great information. Yeah, they literally run different compounds so that way to adjust when your car's under braking, how it like
How it's gonna,
fishtails and how it grips and
Yeah.
how it
travel.
That's
Yeah.
Travels into the corner.
like
How it
that's
rotates the center.
I didn't know that.
Super cool.
That's awesome. Like it was great to get that kind of info. Him and Clint were hilarious, going back and forth, like just ragging on each other.
Him
We ha-
alone, just staying up there and being like, I'm really glad I'm not doing this. Like, I
They're
thought
like,
that was funny.
when Mike Joy's like, Harvick, do you wish you were down there? He was like, nope.
There was a few replays of the last 2 clashes, and it was last year. I think he wrecked like 2 people.
Yeah,
And they're like, so why'd you do this? He's like, I'm going to be honest. I knew I was never coming back. So
Harvick in the booth, I think, is good.
yes.
Mike Joy had moments where Mike Joy was great, but I felt like, I don't want to like just like dog him, but I felt like he just wasn't as sharp, as say 5 years ago.
Is that because maybe it's just an exhibition, still kind of getting warmed up from the season?
To
Maybe.
me, it seems to be a kind of slow, steady progression.
Checking out.
Maybe checking out is a good way to say it.
he's
Yeah.
becoming
Collecting
more
a
of
paycheck
a-
kinda thing,
No,
maybe?
I want to say he's more of an announcer, but he's not like the analytics anymore.
No, he's never really been an analytic.
Like he's still good, when he
he
goes
is the main
welcome back
announcer.
to the blah, blah, he does his whole thing, but then it's just he does the welcome and everyone else take over.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Just,
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
that's what it was when Larry was in the booth. Larry was obviously that analyst to kind of balance out and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And now with Harvick coming in, I think that's where you're going to have Harvick leaning on his knowledge of this next gen car. Because that's the thing. Because Clint hasn't driven the next gen car in NASCAR. Like he's driven it, but not like.
he's done some little tests or some.
But he's
laps,
not like
yeah.
actually raced with it, right?
Correct.
So I think that's going to be nice to kind of have that little bit of like fresh insight to kind of know about this next gen car a little bit.
Yeah, and then you have Clint Boyer kind of comic relief, which
Yes.
is fine.
As long as-
Clint Boyer's personality is fun.
He's a really,
You know?
really good and entertaining person to like listen to and watch and stuff. So I think having him in there.
I think as long as he doesn't try to force that and just
Yes.
be
himself.
bees. Just
Chill,
I don't
Jake.
know what I'm saying.
Calm down there, buddy.
If he just
Easy.
It's
Man, I
just
just
bees
keep wanting to say
himself.
bees.
We're gonna
Just
put
bees
this over
yourself,
here
bro.
now. Like,
Listen
no, I
to
mean
that.
if
Be
he just
yourself.
bees Clint Boyer,
Is himself.
yeah, he'll be fine.
Okay, the
Thank
peanut gallery's talking.
We need to get you a mic so you can chastise us. All right. Let's see. Another random topic.
I like how your note just says Noah sucks.
I knew what it meant.
Okay.
Jennifer's gonna be so mad at you.
I didn't call him Daddy Noah. So,
I've
Gibbs.
heard you say it.
Huh?
I've heard you say
He
it.
is Daddy Noah, bro.
I haven't. Well, I did, I guess, just now, but whatever. Anyway, not Chastain. That's moving too fast. Gibbs and Logano had got into a little bit of an argument.
I love it.
History repeats itself.
Yeah.
I love it.
I was watching this and I'm thinking, Gibbs, like, so every time this happens with a couple drivers, Gibbs, every time I'm like, man, all right, maybe he's gonna like finally start doing something. Like, all right, Gibbs, there you go, man, awesome. Then you just stick your foot in your mouth and do something
I really
like
feel
that.
like he didn't do anything that bad.
I'm just
It
like,
wasn't anything egregious. He didn't dump anybody. He
but
might
my
have
po-
used him up a little bit, but it wasn't.
no.
I mean, but he was getting run over from behind too. So.
Yes.
He raced Logano
But my
like
point-
Logano races him.
Yes.
Well, you know, Logano ain't gonna like that.
No. But my point with that is not so much that, because I agree with all of that. But my thing is, bro, he ain't done anything yet in the Cup Series. Like, that's a 2-time champion. You're talking to him like he just ain't nothing. I'm just like, maybe you just want to like back it up a little bit.
I don't know. His last
Nah,
name's
man.
Gibbs.
He's
got
also
some
trying-
clout.
I mean, that
His name's on the building.
that is true.
He's also trying to make a name for himself, man. He's got
Logano did the same thing.
Oh,
you
my
go
God.
back 15 years, 12 years.
Ryan
you
Newman.
see Ryan Newman talking to Logano, Tony Stewart.
You don't know how to
gonna
drive.
bust this. You know what I'm saying? Like all kinds.
Everybody's trying to get the scoop early.
Yep.
Everybody wants the publicity early. Okay, notice. Okay, these people, Logano and
Gibbs.
and then Stenhouse and
Chastain.
No,
Chastain.
no, no.
was it
God, what was it? Which one was it?
who was it? Stenhouse.
It's the 42.
that he brought down his
Nemechek.
net.
Nemechek.
Yes.
You know, everybody wants the clout. Everybody wants to be seen right now because the season is just starting.
I think there's some
There's a lot
hurt
of people.
feelings about the Netflix TV show too.
It could be.
You know, I didn't even think about that.
They are all
Exactly.
prima
I mean,
donnas.
That,
I mean, you think
To an
about
extent.
like all the good publicity Denny Hamlin's gotten.
Yep.
You know,
lot.
But what about this will make Brad happy. But what about Brad?
Yeah.
Brad
about
is a
Brad?
team owner
What
and
about
a
Brad?
driver.
I
Yeah.
appreciate
You know,
that.
like you would think that whole transformation that RFK has made in the last couple of years, like that's probably worthy of being documented and showing, especially with, they were the complete underdogs and projected
like a
to
year
not
ago.
do well. And they both, especially Busher makes a
Busher.
good run in the
Yeah.
playoffs
Yeah.
this year. I mean, if they
Both
continue their
round of
upward
12 and
trend,
round of
they're,
8.
They never even hardly mentioned Kyle Busch,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
that
that's
was
kind of
sad.
interesting.
a 2-time champion. And you
Yeah,
don't
but
even
Kyle
hardly.
Busch was pretty quiet in the second half of the year.
And then he comes,
Yes.
Yeah,
and
but
then he
he's-
comes out with a half naked man on the front of his
Oh, good old Morgan and Morgan.
Oh, I can't
good
stand that.
Photoshop.
So for anyone knows that Morgan's based in Orlando, and I can't stand Morgan and Morgan for not someone for personal reasons. I know things about their business, and I'm just like I can't stand
No
them.
thanks.
And
For the people.
for the money. Let me just say that
It was so bad.
But no, that was
here in Orlando. People were spray painting on the billboards like money signs and like
Yep.
giant bags of cash, and it said Morgan and Morgan for the money.
Yep.
They probably
I'm
lost.
like, dude,
Well,
Jake,
yes.
no, they hit up like billboards on the 408, the I-4,
all over
the,
there.
429, like the major ones, like right through Orlando. And it's him like with a big spray paint X. Like, I was like, yo, someone got real mad. It was like a one night thing.
Yeah, but I definitely think that all of that going back and forth.
I love
you
the
know,
drama.
The drama. Look at honestly Gregson. He got a lot of publicity off of the drama last year. It's like
Yeah.
the drama he
Oh,
had
yeah,
with
he did.
Chastain.
You know how it is.
You know what I mean?
Say
Like,
some questionable stuff, get a promotion.
No, just start it.
It's just
So it's
weird it's
like,
happened
you know,
twice.
It has. It's a little sus.
yeah. So it's like, these guys, they got to do that. It's just a clash, man. The big race is coming up. It's
Yeah.
the Daytona 500. That is the whammy. That's the race you want to be arguing at and, causing all types of drama.
I don't
because-
think so because Daytona is too dangerous.
Well,
You're going
I
out
mean,
there. You're going to go for the trophy. If you get wrecked, it's just kind of
I'm
the
telling
nature
you.
of the beast.
Yeah.
That's
true,
maybe
too.
Listen,
Nah,
Logano's
see-
the
I
I
don't-
could see a
there's no-
fight at Daytona.
You think
Straight
so?
up, I
Have
could
we
see
ever
a
seen a
fight.
fight at Daytona?
Not in the
It's
Cup
probably
series.
been a while.
Not in the Cup series. I'm pretty sure the
yeah.
Truck series there was a few fights with like Bell back then. There was some stuff that
I
went down.
I fully expect Logano, and when Gibbs is trying to make the playoffs, because I think he's going to be right at that level. I think there's going to be a point when Logano's like, "All right, you're not making the playoffs."
I think if Gibbs
he's
History
gonna
repeats itself.
he's gonna pull like Kenseth.
if Gibbs doesn't
long enough to
apologize,
see,
I could see Logano just racing him really rough.
So like normal.
Logano-
Not wrecking him, but
Yeah,
just
normal.
not giving him any break.
Kind of what he did to Byron that one time, and just pushed him up the track
Yeah,
into the
man,
wall
it's
and
a
said,
little
"Bye." I'm gonna
I
take
just
this
need
win.
this lane.
I'm just gonna take this win. All right, next set of drama we had a little bit of drama with Chastain and Reddick. Basically, at the end of the race, Chastain basically put Reddick into the wall. He was trying to teach him how to do the Hail Melon, I guess, or something. I don't know. So I don't know. Like,
I chalked that one up to rubbing his racing. That's about it.
I think
You're
so.
At the Coliseum.
Reddick was kind of like,
Hey, he probably
well,
settled that. I mean, they
I
kind of
saw he was on my outside. I just
let
let go of the wheel.
yeah. All right, Hamlin.
Just ran him up the track.
So yeah, I don't know that one will anything really come of that.
I don't think so.
Because even
Reddick's
Chastain
too
in an
nice.
interview, he made a comment or something. He goes, "Well, we work out together." So he's like, "I'll probably see him Monday and be like, yo, man, what was the heck was that?"
Yeah, and I think with them both being Chevy drivers, and we all know there's going to be team orders next week, I think
Yep.
that's going to kind of get nipped in the bud.
Yeah. Speaking of team orders, what do you guys think of the new cars?
I was pretty hard on it in the beginning, but now seeing them wrapped, I'm a fan. They
Yeah,
look good.
I've changed my opinion.
I think the Ford, like Logano was saying, there's going to be like a disadvantage of super speedways. I'm like, dude, that junk looks flat. They're going to be able to push like no tomorrow.
I don't know. I don't
You
know.
think there'll be a new track record?
It's a
New
new
track
track
No,
record.
I
No,
don't think so.
no way.
No. You think we'll see him go the fastest in the next gen?
I think,
This
I
year.
mean, the Clash set a new record. So I think there's
Oh.
things they're learning. So yeah, probably.
Okay, I can
Maybe.
get that.
I
They're
can see him
learning
getting a
more. They're
little
getting a little
faster.
bit more. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I see what
I think
you're
it still
saying
comes down to you. I mean, the best car typically isn't always the fastest when it's super speedways, especially if the track's kind of hot. It's the one that handles the best. So you could see some of that. I mean, I could probably guarantee you that Hendrick's going to be on the front row of qualifying.
They always are.
Bowman is going for his record 6th straight front row start this year.
I saw a meme one time, and it was the scene from Legally Blonde, and it's like, you qualified for the 5th straight year on the front row. He's like, what? Like it's hard? It's like, because literally every year,
good.
it's like 2 Hendricks that are up there.
I
It's
think
always
it's Bowman
Bowman.
and Larson the last 2 years straight.
Chase Byron's been up there.
I thought Byron. Yeah, I thought it was Byron.
Byron's jumped up there.
Maybe.
It's been
Hendricks,
It's
yeah.
been undeniable. I was actually going to throw that out there. Was Elliott and Bowman? Where were they?
Yeah.
Dude, Bowman was having big
Bowman
issues.
was okay, and then he kind of got bumped back to mid pack and was kind of
Gone.
stuck back there.
And then
he
Elliott,
ran
I think
top 6 like
Elliott
the first
hit
half.
the wall. He
Yeah.
spun out and hit the wall and stuff. I think
He was
DNP'd.
done. He was done. Yeah.
Just
He wasn't
weird.
fast in practice either.
Do you think he's still recovering from all the surgeries or something?
Well, he did have a shoulder
He's
shoulder
something, yeah.
surgery. So,
Dude,
I mean,
several
maybe.
people have. Hamlin did.
Elliott.
Elliott did. I think there was one more, but I can't remember.
I think Bowman, listen to Denny Hamlin's podcast. They kind of talk about the back injury and all that.
Yeah.
I think Bowman might still kind of be mid this year.
Yeah.
Not hurt, but just not have that full feeling, that butt in the seat feeling. That may not come back till next year, because that's what Hamlin said. It took him like a year and a half, 2 years for him to really kind of get back to 100% where he could really feel the race car in the seat.
That's
So
weird.
Yeah.
Really weird.
Yeah, I don't know. We kind of talked about it a little bit, but obviously NASCAR has the show on Netflix. I want to specifically talk about it. I thought it was really good.
incredible.
My big critique of it is I don't know if it's gonna draw a lot of new fans.
It was trending
It
on Netflix.
seems to be trending, so I'm probably wrong, but I don't know. I saw it and I'm like, man, as a fan, I loved it. I thought it was great. My complaint, which is a good complaint to have with that, was like, man, 5 episodes, that's it. Like, come on, like we need like 8. Come on, give us a little bit
I
more.
feel like it was the perfect
but
amount.
I think that's the thing. If it was too long, would it have been as good? Probably not. Like,
Yeah.
you gave them the opportunity to use the absolute best footage, the absolute best storylines by keeping it short. So
I think my only critique is how some drivers, huge names, Chase Elliott, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch, I mean, they are basically non-existent.
yeah,
So I think I mean, maybe it's not that bad. Maybe next year it flips. You know, if
Well-
Seabell isn't very good, maybe he's out and Brad is one of the main stars. So I
Maybe,
mean, maybe it
and-
changes year
and
to
it
year.
could be too that part of it may be because they are obviously picking it up pretty much toward the end of the season. They're mostly focusing on playoff guys. So some
That's
of those
fine.
some of those guys
The
obviously
playoff is the perfect time to do that.
Yes, agreed. When you have people worried about those cutoffs,
see,
and I thought that was great.
I disagree on a lot of it.
Really,
I really do. So the comparison side by side, I thought the production of the Netflix show was amazing. Production,
Yes.
quality, everything was great. But it was a show aimed towards prior knowledge and race fans. You had to go in knowing who was in the playoffs. You know, they didn't really highlight. There was no person
No, I
saying,
disagree.
"Listen,
They had
we're
they
in-
had leaderboards multiple times throughout the show, updating you, showing you
Hold
where
on.
things were.
They did not have all the drivers on that leaderboard though.
they'd show like 5 or
They'd
6.
show
and
5 out
there'd
of
be
the round of
gaps.
8. There's like 3 people who aren't even on that board. It made no sense, right?
That was a little
Like I
weird.
said, production was great, but I have to analyze it like the race for the championship or whatever, the one that
Yeah.
Yeah.
USA did.
I thought that was a much better introduction into NASCAR. It highlighted several drivers, different teams. It showed the backgrounds.
I
It showed
could-
a little bit of the
kind of agree.
races,
Mm.
right? It didn't have the greatest quality, but you saw big names. You saw Kyle Busch and his struggle going over to RCR. You saw Brad Keselowski forming a new race, facility. You saw Chase Elliott flying a helicopter. Nobody knew this guy could fly, and now everyone does. The Netflix series was good in different aspects, but you already had to know these people. You pretty much had to know Denny Hamlin,
That's true.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't,
imagine
I don't,
not
I
knowing
don't think
anything.
so. I don't think you did.
I could agree.
I just
I
don't
don't
see
think
how
so.
a new fan was going to walk in and be like, wow, look
That's-
at Denny Hamlin. He literally flies from his house to the race car, and I'm supposed to feel bad that he got kicked out.
To the race
This
car.
guy, or to
the
track.
racetrack.
I think they do a good
Like, he's got
job
a
of setting
helipad?
up. I think they
Yeah.
do a
This
good
guy's
job of
set.
setting up.
Why do I care if he wins a
that
championship?
he's
I
one of the
think-
greatest to ever not win a championship?
You're walking in, you have no clue who this guy is.
Yeah,
He's
but
like-
no, they
he's like-
talk about that.
He's like
in
the
the show.
Dan Marino of NASCAR.
It's just,
Well,
I don't know.
so I'll give you another example. One thing I think they had a missed opportunity with there was, you guys. So everyone's seen it, right? Like the whole show.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
there's a part in there where they're talking to Chastain, and they have Hamlin talking on his podcast, and they show Chastain what he says about Chastain on the podcast, and then he reacts to it. They didn't really explain that these guys have been feuding for like a year and a half.
Nobody
and
knows that.
They can't stand each other to the point that they don't even mention each other's names, that they literally refer to them as the driver of the 11 car, the driver of the 1 car. They don't like each other. And
Yeah, but
that wasn't there.
To me, that's part of the thing that you have to cut to keep it in like a 5 episode.
5 episodes. And see,
'Cause
that's
if you
my
go
point.
too much and you're explaining what's happened the last 2-3 years, it's going to get too long and
I
it's going to
think-
overstay its welcome, in my opinion, like Race for the Championship did. It overstayed its welcome. It was too long. I was kind of tuning out and not even really paying attention to it because it's just kind of like,
It should come out with
No,
an
see,
uncut version
I thought it was much better.
of
Hamlin said there
I
was a
thought it was-
lot of footage they did not use. Stuff that he expected they would, and they didn't.
It's just, yeah. It's just
I
silly.
think this,
Why not start the whole year? Why are you not doing a
it'd
Daytona
be
500?
way too long.
You'd have to do
It
the
would
whole
be
season.
way
they would-
too long.
You'd have to.
Maybe you
just-
come out with a 1 episode for the 500. That'd be cool. But it'd be too long, and it would overstay its welcome. The whole point is to gain new fans and new interest. I think the whole Denny Hamlin, that whole feud, you just need to know that there's a feud. You don't have to know the
Well,
whole back history.
I
in
agree,
my
but they
opinion. You
they
just got to
didn't
know
even-
these guys don't really like each other,
But that's
and to
the
me,
thing.
it's apparent by their comments. I don't need to know the whole thing. Like to me, like just
see-
what they said, like oh, there's beef.
I don't know if I would pick that up.
You
though, if
can't
didn't.
you can't go into everything and just completely drown somebody brand new.
No, I agree.
If you go
I
into
agree.
everything and all this different detail, and you're talking about RFK, and you're talking about Kyle Busch, and you're talking about everybody, it's going to be overwhelming, and it's going to be too much.
Yeah,
You
no,
have to highlight, this is a 5-episode show talking about the playoffs. You have an episode about a little bit about what happened in the season, primarily Daytona's a cutoff, and then 3 races, championship.
It was
Yeah.
fantastic for a prior race fan. It
I
gave
got
you
a couple people
nice-
that don't watch racing that are going to watch it this week and let me know. So it'll be interesting to
honestly,
see what they
that'll be
say.
a good.
That'll be
yeah.
that, I mean that would be good.
Because that's the problem is I feel like because I like personally I don't know that it was good for new fans. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm too invested in it. So I know things that I'm like, oh, that would have been cool if they said this and mentioned that and brought up that.
What I feel like they
I
could have
don't know.
What I feel like they could have done better was explain the point system. right?
I
Because
agree. I agree.
for new race
That's
fans,
a fair
because
point.
I'm
I do agree with
I'm
that
still
one.
fairly new, right? So, but because you guys have shown me
Yeah, that's
And
true.
You've gone through a full
how
season. You
the
know
points
the
actually work,
cutoffs.
how the drivers make it into the playoffs, how they make. Like I know,
They
but
did
a
go
new race
through
fan
it.
would not know.
They did go through it, but it was like even like I think they were purposely trying to almost like it's confusing. We know it's confusing, so here it is, and they blew through it really quickly, and it was
Yeah.
like, okay, like again, I
They
know
coulda
the
gave,
rules,
like, a
so I'm
101.
okay.
They could have
But-
gave a 101.
But is a new fan going to catch on to it that quickly? I think that they probably would, because all you really have to understand is there's every 3 races 4 drivers are out. That's when you come down to it.
I think who was it? Martin
playoffs.
Truex Jr. I think explained it the best. Denny Hamlin got really deep in the weeds when they had that little driver segment. And they're all
Yeah.
talking about
Was
it.
Martin Truex Jr.
So they
even
should
into
have
this?
done a few people, and whoever explained it the best, they should just use that as your
Yeah.
NASCAR 101 segment.
Yeah.
I agree, because if you really explain it to the letter of the law, it's very complicated. But it's really not. It's not that complicated.
Yeah. But if you don't know about racing at all, then they're gonna say, oh, they were up 2 points, and you're like,
How?
what does
How do you
that
get
mean?
2 points?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they get a
If you
field
don't
goal?
if you
Like,
don't know about stage points, then that's really going to confuse
or
you.
position,
Yeah.
Yeah.
lost or gained?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, this guy is in
That's
5th.
hard to
This
tell.
guy's in 5th, but he's still behind the guy that's in 8th.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
why?
He
Because
wrecked-
he has more points coming
when
in.
when Hamlin wrecked out, he's watching because he could still make it.
Yep.
Somehow, if this driver doesn't, so it's like
I
you
mean-
gotta explain things like that. How?
Yeah.
How does he
I
still
do
make it
think-
if he's out?
I do think most sports have complicated rules.
Yeah.
Like when you explain
all
to
of them
somebody
are
who's never
complicated.
seen football, trying to explain
Good
football
luck.
to somebody is very complicated.
Yeah.
I still don't understand it half the time. Like,
How is that?
wait a
Pass
minute.
interference?
Hold on. Is it the knee or is it the foot? I don't remember.
What do you mean
Oh, wait.
safety?
Hold on a second. Hold on. You're telling me in
I thought-
college it's different than in NFL? Yes.
I thought
okay.
that's what the helmets were for, safety.
Yeah. Wait a minute. No.
They didn't even say who won Phoenix. They didn't say
Yeah, that was a little
Chastain
sad.
won it. No, they just
But it
had
doesn't
Blaney
matter.
win
He's
the
not the he's not the champion.
To be fair.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
To
it
me,
shouldn't
that
be.
as a Chastain fan, I was a little sad, but I get it for the show. It's not
I
about.
mean, he could have had a quick. I upset the fruit basket. I was better than the top 4. That's
who
all you
cares?
need to
It's
say.
all about Blaney.
Yeah, at
I
that
get
point.
it. I get it. I
It's
get it.
all
I
about
get
Blaney.
Okay.
But
They
good-
show him roughing him up, which was
Oh, and
pretty
Blaney
cool.
just going off on him.
Bro, I didn't know Blaney was so mad.
Oh,
bro.
I remember watching. I think it was the Radioactive man. He was not
was a
happy.
little hot.
There was another one that I thought that they kind of showed. And I mean, this is more if you really find that race interesting. Was the Martinsville race? They didn't really talk too much about Byron and what he was having to battle with, like the air blowing on him.
Yeah,
that
they
was
really
super
didn't
hot.
talk about that on
They
Fox.
mentioned it quickly, but if you listen to Radioactive, like I forgot his crew chief's name, dude, that man was giving him everything he could, like pep talk, like, hey man, we're almost there. Come on, like we got this. Come on, just hang on. Give me 3 more laps. Give me 2 more laps, and just like trying to pep talk because he's like, I think it was like at one point he's like 15 laps to go, and Williams like, I don't know if I can finish. I really don't think I'm gonna make it. He's like, come on, you're almost, and just. That
Yeah.
would have been kind of cool to kind of show that little aspect of it, but again, like
But
you
again,
said,
I mean,
time.
that's not the highlight of the
It's not.
story
It's
at
not.
Martinsville. It's an interesting detail.
I think that's something that, as a fan already, yes, I like to know that, but it's not something that a new fan's going to need to know.
Yeah.
But it was something.
I thought
that
they towed the line pretty well on the show.
They did. They
'Cause
really
I
did.
think if you went into everything, I do agree the rules probably could have been explained a little more simply, a little more better, instead of having multiple drivers tell 3 different versions.
yeah.
Like that's super confusing. So, but it is the nature of NASCAR that the rules are complicated. The rule book for a NASCAR race car is freaking huge.
it has to be.
So I mean that's just the nature of racing.
The all right, so over hold on, let's see the show. There was something else I think we wanted to hit on that, but I don't remember.
The only thing I wanted to bring up was Christopher Bell. Bro, he straight up went into the Final 4 race, and his crew chief said, hey, just let you know, you're going to need to change brakes halfway through. Sure enough, he says it right to him. He's like, yeah.
Really?
you're-
I
I
missed
missed
that.
that.
Oh, yeah. No, he straight up, before he even got in the car, he's like, hey, just let you know, your brakes, they're tweaked a little bit, so we'll see how that works. And he's like, okay. And he's going. He's like, my brakes are hot. Turned on the fan. You know, he's like, all right.
10 laps in.
Good
Yeah.
job. Good job. You know,
Super
keep it
early.
going. He's like, yep, just letting you know. And boom, boom, boom. They keep going. Hey, I'm, you know, it's a long pull. It's a long pull. Just keep going. Good luck. Like,
Yeah, that
and,
was
I mean,
really
that was
strange.
super sad, because he's sitting there in his RV. He's like, "There's nothing I could do."
Yeah.
Like they just said, "Good luck."
No sign that it was gonna
No.
fail.
Well, no, there was no solution. It wasn't, "Hey, I'm really long
Yeah,
on the pedal.
like,
what do you suggest?"
He said it. The only thing he's like, what am I going to do? Slow down?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you can't.
Should I pull in? Are we going to do a quick? Nope. Just
You
good
can't.
luck.
You can't even do a quick change. I mean,
Nah.
I don't
It's
even know if
just
you can even change
interesting.
brakes mid a race.
Like
I don't know.
legally?
I
Like,
couldn't tell
like
you.
a
Yeah,
rule?
I don't know if you can. I don't know if that's a part you can change middle of the race.
I don't. I've never seen it that I know of, so I would
Me
assume
neither.
that
I
you
don't
can.
know.
It was interesting.
They
They knew it was a problem before you even got in the car.
That's kind of
Yeah.
I
interesting.
was like, wow.
Someone was trying.
But it
something.
may have paid off. It may have been a bet that it paid off if it worked.
Maybe.
If you could brake harder than anybody else and beat people in the corner entry,
Yeah.
Maybe.
you know.
What'd you guys think? So I know we talked about this, the way they ended the show, the song.
Black
Phenomenal.
Parade,
Amazing. I thought the ending of every episode was amazing.
they
Yeah.
spared no expense in their music
The
collection.
production was
Yeah.
unbelievable.
I
No,
thought
it really
amazing.
was.
Black
It
Parade
really
was a really good song to end on.
Yeah.
That was
It
very
was
fitting.
perfect. I was super hyped. I was like, let's
Yeah.
go. Ready for
Even-
racing.
Even the episode before with Martinsville where they played Daylight,
Yeah.
that was a perfect song
Yeah.
to end Martinsville. I love it and I hate it at the same time. I
Yep.
was like, oh my gosh, this is great.
Yeah.
Black
no.
Parade got added to the race weekend playlist.
Perfect. All right. So next race we got coming up is the big one. It's Daytona 500.
Actually, my first Daytona 500.
That
I've
means
been
you're a
to
rookie.
the Coke 400, the
You're a
Coke
rookie.
Zero 400, but this is my first Daytona 500.
Jake might get flipped off by a driver again. You never know. you
It
might
seems to
be
be a
there
thing.
for it.
It's kind of a regular thing.
That the 500. So we're looking. That's 2 weeks basically because we got the Super Bowl coming up, and
2
then obviously it'll
weeks.
be after that.
2 weeks
Um,
from today, the 500 should be over as of right now. 2 weeks from
Brad's
right now.
gonna win it.
Sweet.
You
He
already know.
very well could.
You already know.
He might just push Busher, bro. He
Hey,
seems
I think
content.
it's gonna pay back.
You
I
gonna-
think there's a little payback coming this race.
I really think RFK might be good because they have the third car.
Yeah.
They're really good with two cars. They really make
Can
a
you
difference on super
imagine?
speedways.
RFK
third
is
car?
RFK's beating the whole field with 2 cars, and they're just like, "Hey, we're just gonna add a third."
surprised.
Yeah, watch this.
watch out.
Who's driving? It's David Reagan, right?
Yes,
driving?
Reagan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are you gonna
Good
try
super
to?
speedway guy.
Are you gonna try to get Brad to sign your buns again?
I hope so. I'll bring 2 Sharpies just in case.
Why 2?
Which buns?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, we're talking about the Hawaiian rolls, right?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Let it not be misconstrued.
Matt
If
just
he
pulls
could
over,
sign-
sign my bun, bro.
If he
Like,
could
Matt,
just-
why are you bending down?
Hey, chill.
Father Brad.
Easy. Now the jacket, if I could get like the crew or someone from the team, if they just sign the jacket, I think that'd be cool. If we go to
Nah,
like, the
bro,
car.
you gotta get it from Brad, bro.
Well, no, like everyone, like, hey, there's a
Oh,
whole
like
crew.
everyone. Oh,
Yeah.
that would be sick.
Because they always
bro.
have the crew there working on
Yeah.
the car. I mean, Brad's kind of hard to find, but
Yeah.
find him near the rolls.
He's not that hard. to
Running
find.
near the road.
Potty,
Smell it. Smell it.
Porta potty or the rolls.
Seems to be the pattern when it's super speedways for some reason.
I will say I have never seen anybody so struck as Matt getting to talk to Brad.
For real, dude.
Bro, that is the definition of starstruck.
Superstar. I was there.
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna break my VIP thing just to try to get back in.
That photo I got of you and Brad where you just like this. That's the best photo.
You're ridiculous.
Yeah,
You never
All right.
saw me with Dale Jr. So,
I've heard the stories. He had to fight
So-
a child or something like that. I don't know.
basically.
get out of the way.
Are we still good?
Oh, man.
Okay. So so we're gonna. Well, I won't be there. But a lot of you guys.
Loser.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Golly, chill.
Jeez. I'll mute you. All right, you're done.
And that's Jake.
And Jake, you're done. All right. So
Jakey Hamlin has left the building.
I'll tell it how I see it.
So yeah, we're gonna be out, or I say we're as the podcast will be out there. So if you want to meet up or you want to say hey, or if you see us, definitely come up and talk to us. A lot of times we'll be wearing someone in the group will be wearing a shirt with the Here for the Speed on it. So if you see us, or if you want to hang out and see us, hit us up on X. And if you're on the infield, probably be at the pool bar.
Probably.
So if you don't know where it is, just ask around.
Turn 3.
Where all the fun
The
is.
bar with the pool.
There should be a hot tub in February.
Hey.
Nice.
Not going in.
You thinking he's going back in?
Probably.
Don't flood my camp.
I just want to see G-Man in the pool.
Oh,
He's gonna drive his little
Drive the
his
scooter.
little scooter into the pool. To the
I
hot
wouldn't be
tub.
surprised.
Oh
Bubble
no,
water.
I got it. We're gonna make a ramp, and he's gonna do an Evil Knievel jump over the pool.
he probably would do it.
He would too.
Yeah, he absolutely.
Well, question for you guys: who are you picking for the 500? Who do you want to win? Not
Well,
who you
that's
think,
easy.
Want?
not favorites, not statistics. Just who do you want to win? Give me 3 drivers. Matt.
66, 17. That was easy.
Why'd you say 3? Is it the 67?
No,
Is it the
okay, so-
67?
Who would
Oh,
it
the
be?
60.
and the
Okay,
17.
60.
We've been talking. The reason why I ask is because we've been talking, and it's kind of like we haven't seen a
There's some-
superstar win a Daytona 500 with
I
the
can think of-
exception of Denny Hamlin
In a
in
while.
like
It's
years.
been a wild card win.
Yeah.
There's a few veterans that I wouldn't mind seeing. Brad, obviously, I mean that's a given. He's not going to have a lot more years racing. I think he's 38. He's getting up there.
37, 38, somewhere around
He's
there.
not going to be doing it much longer. I'd say 5 years at most.
Yeah.
Hamlin's done it. I wouldn't mind seeing Truex because he's only got maybe 2 or 3 years left.
Maybe 2.
I mean, for a guy who's never won a super speedway,
Could be his last year this year.
it
I mean,
could
Yeah.
be. You never know. I mean, for a guy who's never won a super speedway,
I feel like we just had that
winning the
conversation
500
about
would
him.
be wild. You know, coming out and being able to finish it, and then Kyle Busch. I think Kyle
Yep.
Busch is. He
Interesting.
should have won it last year. It is
Kyle
what
Busch.
it is, but
Kyle Busch is one of mine. for
Kyle
sure.
Busch up there for sure.
Nate?
Yeah, so I would
All
want
superstars.
superstars. I would want
William Byron.
Byron, of course.
Big surprise.
I feel like him
He's
coming
trash,
out the
bro.
gate swinging. You know what I mean? Setting the
Hendrick
tone.
ain't won a 500 in a minute.
That's
It
what
would
I'm
be a
saying,
game
man.
changer.
It would be
Like
crazy.
Jimmy Johnson or Dale Jr. maybe is the last one, like 2000.
I think it was.
mid
I think it was
2000 teens. I mean,
Junior 14, wasn't it?
that's
think
the last
so.
one Junior won. I don't know if anybody else won it after that. I think Jimmy won his last one in 13.
I think it was
So-
Junior. I think it was the
There's
4th.
a few legends.
You need to
really
get back
wanna
to the
see
good
win.
days where Hendrick won multiple 500s in a row. Good old days.
Toxic.
Yeah,
who
so-
else? Who else? Byron.
so-
Who else?
So it would be. I would like to see Kyle Busch win it, especially with the new team and everything. You know, seeing
the
him
one he
get a
has.
500.
It's the one he needs.
Yeah,
I think Austin
that'll be
Dillon's
really
got
cool.
the win. He can figure it out, right?
As long as he just wrecks somebody.
I mean, it's the 500. What are they gonna do? Complain?
And or someone random.
Oh God.
I'm over
We-
the
we-
random.
No.
We're gonna
Over
get
the
another
random.
Stenhouse.
Corey LaJoy wins the 500.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
Corey LaJoy.
I wouldn't mind Corey only because, like, I wouldn't mind Corey.
No, I want a superstar. to
But I
win,
do
bro.
not want Cindric.
I want it
So-
to be a prestigious win, man. Like,
Yeah.
So if it's
I
gonna be
really
if it's
want
gonna
it.
be a superstar,
Corey LaJoy can win Atlanta.
who
No,
a
it's who,
per-
it's who you want to win.
no. So it would be Byron, it would be Bush, and maybe Hamlin.
Hamlin.
Yeah.
Again?
He has what 3, right?
Yep.
I mean, I wouldn't mind him keep stacking that up.
Yeah. Here's some
I-
booze.
I mean,
Here's some booze.
He beat his-
Daytona.
there's-
I kind of
He beat your favorite driver again.
again.
NASCAR's not had a dominant, like like superstar in a long time since Jimmy Johnson. And he wasn't that at the end of his year. So like, we haven't had that in a while. I kind of miss it.
Yeah, I would say the most dominant year we had was that one year, like, what, 3 or 4 years ago, Harvick. Where he had,
Harvick
like,
and-
No,
nine,
I'm talking about like multiple
years.
years.
Or
you know?
actually, you know what? I'll
Richard
change my
Petty,
last one.
Dale Earnhardt, Kevin or Jeff Gordon,
Yeah.
Jamie Johnson. Like there's just like a legacy guy that just wins everything. Like not that I'm saying I want that back, but it's just like I don't want to just be like another random. I like that anybody can win the 500. I just don't want to be a random.
You know,
Yeah.
if Chastain takes it, it's gonna go crazy in there.
Yeah.
That place is gonna go berserk if he wins it there.
I don't know, though. Because as much as, like,
Oh, it's
we
gonna
love
go
Chastain,
wild,
and
bro.
Chastain's, like, obviously a local boy,
But that's what I'm saying.
there's a lot of people that don't like him because he roughed up a lot of drivers.
I think his fan base in Daytona is going to be pretty good.
Yeah, I think that-
it probably
yeah, I think
will,
so,
but
Just having Bush alone on his car probably got him a lot of fall.
That car looks beautiful. That's the
That's
best
just
looking car in
saying,
the
man.
field, bro.
so for I'll do my 3 and then I'll let you go.
Okay.
So Kyle Busch for sure, Chastain, and then my third one, Josh Bilicki.
Oh,
I don't know. No, I don't know. I can't think of a third one, to be
I'm
honest.
glad you're not going. I don't want to hear that. Oh, freaking
Go,
weekend. DJ, he's 4 laps down. It's fine.
It's fine. He'll make it up. It'll be fine.
You know, we got 6 cautions coming. Like,
Like, come on. We'll be all right.
I think mine are.
I have no idea.
I would love to see Brad because of his super speedway
I'll throw Brad in my
ability is incredible. And then Kyle Busch, which sounds unanimous amongst the group. I mean, he's won everything there is to win in NASCAR. All-time wins leader, multiple championships in the Cup. I mean,
He's just
he
so
needs
dumb.
he needs that one thing so he can,
Austin Cindric's walking around with a Daytona 500 ring and not Kyle Busch. That is just so dumb to me.
And then my last one, of course, is Watermelon Man.
Yeah.
How can I not pick
Yeah,
him?
you have to. No, I'm with you there. I'm with you there. So, all right. So, do we have a Kuzman and Friends question? Do we get
I don't
one?
think so. I
Kuzman.
forgot to put the thing out, so
Okay.
probably not.
So probably not. So all right.
And
so
we're not live on YouTube, so probably not.
That's fine. All right. So
I think our camera time's about up, so we got to wrap this up.
yeah. Actually, go ahead and restart it just to make sure we have it for the rest of the thing.
Never gonna
Give you up. Just to keep us from getting a copyright strike, we're gonna have Nate just sing it.
Whoa!
Yeah, easy.
Oh gosh, I didn't realize it was literally playing. Oh god, how many songs have it
Right,
played?
we've been going on for a while.
Oh,
You're
God.
gonna be- yeah.
Oh,
you
there it
go.
was. Okay. Jeez.
So
So yeah. So anyway, like I said, if you guys see us on out at the track, actually, let me go ahead and get some music.
Come hang out. We'll do shenanigans.
I tell you what, bro, I'm ready for Daytona,
for
bro.
Daytona, baby.
Yeah.
Bro, Nate, you don't even know, bro.
No, man. I'm gonna know.
Fall compared to the springtime, it's totally different.
Vibes, bro.
Bro.
Oh, yeah.
Vibes.
Just last time, like people were popping wheelies on golf carts. Just throughout
Nice.
just you're walking down there, just pop, pop, like all the way down the road.
The best part was we were hanging out at the pool bar. This is Sunday after the 500. And I see this golf cart that has a huge rack, and it's nothing but the Thunderbirds pilots. So we flag them down, and me and Lewis sat there and bought them a few drinks at the bar and hung out with the Thunderbirds pilots. Like,
That's pretty cool.
Daytona is legendary.
it's wild.
Speed Weeks, 500, it's it, man. That's it. Doesn't get any better.
Yep.
Be there, be square.
All right, so we're gonna wrap it up, and we will see you guys after. We're gonna do the podcast when you guys get back, right? I believe is what we talked
Yeah,
about.
probably Monday
Yep.
afternoon.
So, all right. If you see us out there, say hey. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time.
Deuces.
See ya.
Yee-yee.